Hello, it is Monday, November 28th, 2011 at 10:14 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we've had a system over this section of the country for several hours now, well actually a couple days. Um, and I've done a couple of videos on it already, but there's a couple more things that I'm seeing that I want to bring to your attention or put before you for your consideration. It would appear from what I'm seeing here is that the Doppler stations are being used to steer the storm to some degree. You can see it coming up here from Florida and into Illinois. And you can see that Davenport, Iowa, that the blue isn't showing. And you can see here that Springfield, Missouri, the blue isn't showing. And right here is Chicago, and there's no blue there but except for one flash. Let me get a closer shot here so that we can let's slow it down a little bit. Here's Chicago, here's Davenport, here's Springfield. And notice the system's coming up, and then all of a sudden a piece of it breaks off and it starts going this way. Well, that occurs right after this blue flash at Chicago. I'll stop it in a minute. We can look at it. I'm going to click up, and you can see it's predominantly going this way, and it's kind of stalled right here. Yeah, moving just a little bit. That's because the flash already came on. I missed it. Let me start again. Alright, the flash is right at the very beginning. So I have to go back here that you can see that. Stop. Isn't much in the sequence before it starts. There's the flash. It's 0026. So let me zoom in here. Now watch how it's kind of going straight, and then it'll start down. I'll tell you when the flash comes. Going back one, okay. There's a flash. And now it breaks away and heads actually southwest. So I'm going to go back to this one. Okay. So the flash happens right away at the beginning, and then this starts breaking down. But watch here around Davenport, how it looks like it's trying to go this way, only it's being pushed back. I mean, you can actually see it. Let me zoom in. Right here you can watch this radar here. This is Lincoln. And you can see that it moves up into, but then it kind of gets pushed back. And then lines form too. I assume from that pushing motion. And this yellow band too, it kind of just stalls. It looks like it wants to move this way, but it just stalls. And then if you look down here in Springfield, it's not as obvious, but it's like this whole, it's not continuing the roundness. See how this is kind of round? And now it starts flat. It gets flat. I'm going to unzoom it here. I want to show you the you can see Chicago isn't blue at all except for right there. And it stays on from 29. Well, actually it came on at 26. So 26 through 36. So it stayed on for 10 minutes. Let me go back here so we can make sure that we're clear on that. Nope, 26. There, it came out at 29. Okay, so it's at 29. Before that is 26 and it's not flashed. Because I've got the, when it happened, I took a screenshot. And this is showing at 26 UTC that that's when the flash is. And this is what it looked like. So anyway, going back to, I'm going to go ahead and play this through so you can see, watch how it tries to approach Davenport and how it tries to approach Springfield, and it's pushed away. Here's a closer shot. There's also like a harp ring type thing trying to form here. Or maybe it's the result of that being there that this is being pushed away, I don't know. And actually the Chicago flash, you can see that blue ring around it. Which, going back to this, that's what you're seeing is this right here. Now go ahead and let it play through a little more. I went and looked at the infrared. Just kind of to see what was going, always going backwards. Let's go forward. There we go. Interesting thing caught my eye when I was looking at it, and that is, oh no, I'm not seeing it. There it is. Right at 2145. See this little ring that shows up? These are what I call satellite rings, and if I was looking at a further out view, it would be a whole arc. And I was looking at this trying to see what happened after the flashes, etc. And I couldn't, I mean, you can kind of see that it looks like the storm wants to go that way, and it's see, it's going this way and it actually gets pulled. See, it gets pulled into here. I'm going to zoom in. See, and then it's like stopped though, it won't go any further. And then here's Springfield right here. And you can see it getting flat right there. So then I went and looked at the visible satellite over here. Right here is New Madrid. And that's kind of what I've been watching lately, is the New Madrid area. Remember that flash was at 2145? Well, this is set at 2131. And I want you to watch. Let me see right here. Going back to 2131. And then go to 2145, and you get this grid pattern. If I zoom in, yeah, it's pixelating, so you can't see it as good, but it's crisscrossed. I'm going to go ahead and let this play through. Make sure it's going forward. Whoa, way too fast. We're getting a lot of little scalar things, and you can see them approaching. Davenport's up in here somewhere, isn't it? Well, it's up further because this is Missouri. But you can see these flattening out. You're getting V's. Could go a little bit slower. And then also here's actually we're getting crisscrosses down in here too. video I watched a while back, and that's what this reminds me of. It's called a double slit coherent wave interference pattern. It says waves will interact and produce an interference pattern, and I think these lines are the pattern, because this is putting out like a water drop in water, and this puts out one too, and then where they intersect you get these uppy downy type looking things. This is a really good video. I'll put a link to it. Double slit coherent wave interference patterns. And I think, let's see if I can get the title showing. Right here. Waves and Interference by Dr. Chris Robbins. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to play this or not. So, in any case, going back to what we're looking at, I've got one more to show you, and that is remember the storm was coming up kind of out of Florida here. Backwards again. And you can see those little waves all in here too. And you can see the V's up here by the New Madrid area. So anyway, these are things that I found, and I've told you what things appear to be to me, and each man must decide for himself what is and what is not. So God bless you, and have a very good evening.